Andy, I'm at a car museum. You have celebrity cars, that sort of thing. But you have a piece of a plane,
Planes, tanks. You never know what's going to show up here.
but a very specific plane. Can I see it now?
Yes.
I know you gonna dig this. Get funky with me.
What's going on, everybody? How you doing today? Here I am back in Branson, Missouri, Celebrity Car Museum. You've seen me here before. I love coming to this place. Amazing movie cars. Inside, there's hundreds of cars used in movies. Not only do they have that, though, they have props, costumes, and a particular item that I wanted to come see. The owner is Scott Velvet. He invited me down. Andy, the assistant manager, who I'm in close contact with all the time, always briefs me on what they're getting in new. This is something that is so rare and so odd, I had to come see it. Let's talk about it. This is Andy. You've seen Andy on my channel before.
A few times.
Andy, make all that noise in the background stop, please.
The light will be red in a second.
Oh, the light will be ready. Okay, you know. Okay, so we're people who've read the title know what we're going to see. But let's talk a little bit right here. You've got all these movie cars here.
We specialize in cars used in movies and TV shows, things that were owned by famous celebrities. 90% of our cars are the actual cars they used to film the movie or the show. Mm-hmm. Right now, the newest thing we just got, this is Glenn Powell's truck from the new Twisters. Look at it, it's still got everything. It's got the augers that dig down into the ground.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Spare tire. This thing is tornado proof.
Wow, look at that.
My favorite thing is the back. I love that it says, "I'll see you in hail."
Nice. Oh, and the Ecto 1 is on. It's turned on.
Yeah, at night it lights up a little bit.
So this is from the Ghostbusters with the Melissa McCarthy.
When the Melissa McCarthy movie came out, Lyft did a whole bunch of promos where they had like 8 of these cars in big cities. This is the one I think that was in San Francisco, and it was part of a Lyft promotion at like the premiere of the movie.
Okay, cool. Some monster trucks, a few other things. But you texted me not too long ago. And you said,
I sent him a picture because I didn't even really know how to explain it.
You have a piece. Now I think I said it in my Patsy Cline video a few years ago. I grew up listening to Patsy Cline's music. My mother and father loved Patsy Cline.
Absolutely,
my sister
everyone did.
Still does. So I'm a big fan of Patsy Cline. I went out to the plane crash site. I have yet to visit her grave, which I will. I believe it's in Virginia, I want to say. Virginia somewhere.
Sounds correct.
Yeah, I will. I will be going out to her grave at some point. But yeah, the plane crash site near Camden. You actually have here
a piece of the wreckage.
A piece of the wreckage. Now, how did you acquire it? Let's walk over
Let's
here.
head over this
Before
way.
we show it, I want to just, how did you get a piece of
It came
Patsy
from
Cline?
a collector who was a very serious country music memorabilia collector. And I think he discovered it where some people had taken it either from the crash site in the early days. And it was, I think it's been a long time just on their property, stored away in a barn or under a porch, until he heard the story and discovered the piece and saved it for history.
Wow. And we've just been doing a little reading ourselves about it, because back when it happened, the plane crash happened.
It was in a really rural area.
Yeah, I've been there, Camden, Tennessee. So the plane was, March 5th, 1963, the plane was traveling from Kansas to Nashville.
Yeah, and it took them like a day to find the wreckage, right?
It took them a long time because it was overcast and cloudy. It's kind of in a valley.
Okay.
And it was, I believe they stopped to refuel in Arkansas. But then they got back on the plane. 4 people passed, including Patsy Cline and her manager and 2 fellow musicians.
And was it weather?
Yes. Well, no, the cause is pilot error, spatial disorientation. You know, that's what it's attributed to. but I believe the weather was not great. I will put a link to my video below where I went
I remember
deep.
you went there.
Yeah, I did a pretty deep dive in everything that happened. So
That's why I knew you'd want to see it.
yeah, for sure. So like I said, there will be a link below where I go more into exactly what happened. But as we all basically know the story, Patsy Cline famously died in a plane crash. Young, she's only 30 years old,
Absolutely.
I believe.
And
you
then
know?
it became like, to my knowledge, it was like the wreckage site became an event. It
Right.
was like everyone in the county had to go see it.
People, I mean, her wristwatch, right, which was frozen in time at the time of the crash, but people were going there, taking things. There were pieces of wreckage all over. It's a small little area.
And then in the interim afterwards, it became very hard to go to the area for a long time.
Probably.
I think the family that owned it became very strict about letting people on the property.
And now they've made it into a very peaceful...
Like a memorial garden.
Oh, yeah. It's beautiful. It's sad. But here it is. Here it is. This is a pretty sizable piece. The photo you sent me, I couldn't tell how big it was, but...
I think the longest, it's about 6.5 feet
Yeah.
from the longest end.
Now we're trying to figure out what part this is. And this comes with a COA, Certificate of Authentication, right?
Yeah,
that
it's
you have.
authentic. It's got verified history behind it.
Yeah, you and Scott don't mess around with things like that. So it's not like it's just some green piece of metal. And of course somebody's...
Just an odd piece of history. Oh, we put it with the sign upside down.
That's okay. Patsy Cline plane wreckage. Isn't that weird that you're just picking up a piece of a plane right now?
And when you look at it, I mean, I think it's from part of the underside.
Yeah. Oh, you're right there. That makes... Oh, that... When you look at it like this, I mean, it looks... Because it was hard. We've been looking at it for a while now before we started
I don't
filming.
want to say what I think it is and be wrong, you know what I mean?
Which part of a plane? Maybe there's a plane enthusiast watching. We've got some letters here, numbers QQA362, ALCLAO 2024, and then there was another, 2037719. I don't know what those, it was a Comanche, right? Is that what it said?
Piper Cub Comanche?
Yeah, something like that, yeah. Here's what the plane one would have looked like back then. I've got inserting a shot right there. But yeah, this is part of Patsy Cline's plane. You don't see this too often.
Yeah, I don't even know how to display it. One day we're going to do something.
I was just about to say that. Like, how this is not on display yet.
No, at some point there'll be a memorial wall or a picture.
Right.
Maybe we can get a dress or some other artifact to go with it.
Right.
You know, a lot of times you end up with really nice pieces that your goal is to build a display with in the future.
Right.
And one day we will do something very nice with this.
Yeah, because you guys have a few items here that belong to, well, not really morbid, but belong to people who have passed.
Absolutely.
And things like that. So you're telling me...
That's what happens sometimes, I mean.
Yeah. And then you have Ken Block.
We have a car. Yeah, we have Ken Block's car that was also driven by Travis Pastrana.
You have Ken...
Travis Pastrana.
Travis Pastrana. You said... What?
Pastrami.
Pastrami. Ken...
I'm a fat kid.
Well, hey, come on. Did you say you're a fat kid?
Well.
Can we just say that, though, that you've lost, Andy, 200 pounds.
I did recently lose a lot of weight.
Incredible. So people saw you on my channel before. You're a little bit heavier.
Yeah, absolutely. By then, I would have been around my heaviest.
Right. You've lost 200 pounds
Somewhere between 180 and 200 pounds.
And going down.
Let's hope.
And all natural. No,
no, nothing. No shots. No.
Just eating healthy and walking, you say.
Yeah, no carbs. A lot less sugar than I used to have.
Right?
I eat a lot of meat and a lot of carb-free tortillas.
Congratulations, man. Amazing. I almost didn't recognize you when I pulled up yesterday.
I know,
For real.
Yeah, I seen your picture once and you're like, who's that with him?
Yeah.
Like, that's me.
You look amazing. So this will be on display somewhere.
We'll do something great one day.
Yeah. I mean, maybe if you can get one of Patsy Cline's dresses or cars. Maybe she had a car or something. Who knows?
Maybe cars out there. I'm sure there are.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people devoted to Patsy Cline, so I'm sure there's many artifacts.
Yeah.
It's crazy how it weighs nothing.
Let me lift it up. Yeah. Here.
Yeah, it's not heavy, is it?
No, it is not heavy. I mean, crazy.
The only thing about it is it's just an awkward size.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Perfect. So let's see. Let me see here. Thank you. So, by the way, what is this? This is
It's going to be an escape bus. It's going to be an escape room on a bus. We're going to retheme it, and it's going to be a Fast and Furious escape room.
That's so crazy. Oh, that's so cool. So right now, this is not on display, but I think if people come here, maybe you might show some people if they watch the video.
If you ask me nicely.
If you ask Andy
Catch
nicely.
me on a slow day.
But at some point, this will be on display. Look at this. So this is some sort of, like, I don't know a thing about this.
I have known nothing about aviation.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like that's got to be something from the underside of the plane.
Right.
Maybe
Wow.
connected to where the flaps moved up and down with something there. I don't know.
Yeah, but these are the letters. If people want to, if anybody, I'm sure there's going to be some pilots or people who are familiar with aviation that will read those and know what that means. You can know what that part of it is, but it's
Sure,
just a real oh wow.
It's super sharp.
Yeah, it's got some real jagged parts to it.
You got to be careful where you decide to pick it up from.
Look at this. I mean, it shows when you look at it like this in this sort of context. It shows the devastation of a plane crash.
But there was just nothing left of the plane.
Yeah, like it just boom. No, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. Boom. It's just like this when it hits what it hit, the trees or the ground afterward, wherever this part was found. I mean, this is probably one of the biggest pieces left. Are there other pieces out there? Do you know?
I don't know. Not that I've come across in my readings.
I would assume that a lot of the other pieces of the plane, like you said, some were scooped up by authorities, but a lot of it probably was taken by people in that area.
So not to be morbid, but
Yeah.
I think in those days, yeah, you just kind of
Took a souvenir,
pick a piece up with you.
right? And then a lot of people probably have passed down generation to generation, or they threw it out.
Or it just brought it away in a
Yeah,
barn and
yeah.
they forgot about it.
It's a pretty rural area. Wow. And there it is. Andy, thank you so much, my man. That was awesome. There's the plane behind us. Now we were talking, you know, because it's a morbid subject, and it's we were talking before. Patsy Cline.
It's still history at the end of the day,
Right. Patsy Cline has millions of fans. She has family still around. So this is something that's just an odd thing to see, but wanted to show it. But much respect and love to Patsy Cline, and thank you, Andy, and to Patsy Cline's fans and family. So around there it is, right behind me.
It's unreal.
Unreal. Thanks for watching, everybody. Love you all. Peace out.